So we have the man himself here, the man behind this IC 2016 Columbus Trophy being held at the Gymkhana, Mr. Sanjeev Kasal, the tournament director. Welcome, Mr. Kasal. Congratulations for holding such an event of such great scale.
Thanks, Avatar.
I would request you to kindly just let us know what all has gone behind the scenes from the viewpoint of a tournament director for all our races.
Well, I mean, just can't know where to start really, because there's so much that's gone on in the last 1 year. We've been in touch with the council, the World Council in the UK, and the fact that they've given India this event. I think the big start was awarding the Columbus Trophy, and having got that, of course the challenge was to muster enough support locally and to galvanize enough teams internationally to get them to come here and participate. Because as you can see, it is a huge challenge today for people to travel. It's expensive. Tennis is a passion when you're in your 50s and your 60s, and this event is a specialized event for only players in the 55 plus and the 65 plus. So to get people from Japan at one end and Argentina at the other, it has been, I think, a pretty remarkable achievement for us, and thanks to them. Really appreciate the fact that they've made this trip.
Phenomenal, sir. So since we're about the teams, what are your views about the participants, since they're 55 and over and 65 and over in age? How do you rate their level of play, and what are your comments on those?
Their level of play against us?
Well,
in comparison to us?
Comparison or otherwise, world standard otherwise?
Well, look, when you have the world number one in the 55 plus, Shark Servit, just right behind me as I'm talking to you, where can you start? Come on, that's the best you can get. So I would say to get players like Shark, to get players like Mark Fox, who's beaten Pancho Gonzalez at the Australian Open, who's beaten Rod Laver in Australia.
Really?
I just found that out last night at dinner. So when you've got the caliber of players like Mark and Shark, there are several players who are just Davis Cup players, plenty of Davis Cup players out there, including 3 Davis Cup players from India, Ramesh Krishnan, Nandan Bal and Jasjeet Singh. As far as the level of play is concerned, as far as the fitness levels are concerned, they're extremely fit. They play right throughout the year, they play competitive tennis. So I would rate them very high in their age groups for fitness and basically the kind of tournaments they play. Something we lack. I think we could do a lot better in terms of participating in more international senior events.
Okay, so you've been associated with tennis for years now. So you have traveled the world, played tournaments world over, and now you're hosting the world champions almost in the Columbus Trophy here at the Delhi Gymkhana. Any particular views, since you are the tournament director, the man behind the scenes? How do you rate this experience of yours?
Well, I mean, look, I've been involved with a lot of tournaments over the years. As you know, I'm passionate about the sport, as you are, as Anshul Bagai standing behind the camera is, as all of us who are here. So basically, it starts and it stems from passion. So not the first event, but yes, the Columbus, because of the level of players we have here, I would say that's been an achievement. I think the team, totally a team event for me, not just because it's singles and doubles, but look at the support that we have with all of you, with you and Rita Singh and Sohini Kumari and Rohit Sharma and Vikram Anand and Gaurav Gupta initially. So it's a team effort.
Oh, it's very kind of you to acknowledge that. But let me come to, since you said the operative word being the team, when we talk about the Indian contingent, 55 plus and 65 plus, any special views on your team members, teammates?
Well, look, Ramesh Krishnan, as I said,
Really?
I mean, one of the best players ever from India. Former Wimbledon junior champion, quarterfinalist at Wimbledon and the US Open. Nandan Bal, Davis Cup player for many years, Davis Cup coach. Jasjeet Singh took India into the Davis Cup finals, I think it was 1974 or 75. In Calcutta, won a very crucial match against Bob Giltinen of Australia. So 3 Davis Cup players in the 55 plus.
That's could be better.
You just couldn't do better.
Brilliant. Sir, you've also been, I'd like to know your perspective. We hear a lot about the seniors being supported by the government. Do you have any association in our country which actually promotes the senior tournament category?
Amitabh, unfortunately I have to say that we do not really get much support from any senior level tennis association. The All India Tennis Association, with whom we are very closely knitted in tennis events by and large, because we both live in the capital and headquarters are right here. But veterans tennis is not really given too much prominence. So it's self-funding.
Self-funding.
Yeah, it's self-funding, though I do remember having played a World Championship in 2008 where the All India Tennis Association did sponsor us partially. But by and large, it's on your own account. So it's not taken seriously. It's not like what you're looking at behind me with all these players. I haven't probed, but I can assure you that a lot of these players are here with some kind of financial support from their respective associations.
So one last question, sir. The man himself played the world around. In your prime time and even now, you're beating so many players. Would you like to perhaps recapitulate a few names, maybe remember, or let us know who were the memorable victories that you had? Which one of the memorable victories? And of course, if you would want to, who defeats you first?
Amitabh, frankly, I'm not that caliber of player to talk about victories. You should have asked this question of Ramesh or Nandan. I'll refrain from getting into that because I've been a university player. I played the Indian circuit and I played the NCAA college collegiate tennis in the US for 2 years. Of course, I played a lot of tennis over the years, but I don't think I can justify myself responding to a question like that. All I can say is that okay, I'll tell you something about the IC if I can digress.
Yes, that's all humility. Please, yes.
I would say that gentleman behind me, Jacques Servet,
Yes.
I saw him 2 days ago.
Right behind us.
In fact, Jacques was here practicing, and I met him at the practice on the practice courts, and we got talking, and I just saw him, and I just felt there was something in his mannerism that reminded me of somebody I had met many years ago in the US at a tennis camp.
Oh, yes.
So at that dinner that evening, when he walked into the French team, I said, "Look, Jacques, were you at Ramey Tennis School in 1979 in Indiana and Ohio?" He said, "Yeah."
Wow,
I
you
was.
remember 1979.
And I said, "Jacques, I
Brilliant.
was with you in that camp," and I ran up a whole lot of names for him, and he was amazed, he was amused, he was perplexed, he was thrilled. And that night, he sent me a photograph. Brilliant. So I have that picture. I thought it's the IC. It's the IC really that got us back together 37 odd years later.
Brilliant. What?
So I would thank the IC
What a
for that.
memory. No, thank you so much for being with us, sir. Thank you for being
Thanks,
there.
Amita. Thanks.
Right.
Thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers. What a point.